Hello and welcome to Assorted Meeples. I'm Phillip. You've probably seen me in a lot of our other videos. Today I'm doing a little something different. I was noticing I think it's like 11 Kickstarters that I'm waiting on. And I keep getting the updates from all of them on how they're doing. And I realized while the Suez Canal was blocked and everybody was paying attention to it, the LA and actually the entire western seaports are all backlogged really bad. Like last I looked, LA was at like 160 something ships sitting in harbor that they had moved off of harbor because of pollution was so bad from them. And so I started I went through my list of games that I'm waiting on that either I backed on Kickstarter or I did a late pledge for. And I realized when I made this list, I had 7 games that I was immediately waiting on. Like they're on boats and waiting, and waiting their turn to get unloaded and then get to the fulfillment center to be shipped to us. So this is a list of 6 games that the LA Harbor is currently holding hostage from me. The first one that I'm going to go into is Project L by Boardcubator, which is a Czech company, which, part of why I backed this, besides looking like an amazing game, is it's Czech. And that is, my last name, Brea, is actually Bohemian, which is part of the Slavic people. So I was glad to see a company making it, and it looked like a really good game. And per their Discord that I'm on and have joined, those games are off the ship, out of the out of the shipping yards, and on their way to Tennessee to the fulfillment center as of I think a day or two. So I'm looking at maybe a week or 2 before those games get shipped out and I can do an unboxing and play through Project L. Really looking forward to it. It is a puzzle polyomino game that builds up speed as you play it. Next one is Mob Big Apple by TGG Games, which they've gotten themselves in a little bit of trouble here recently. Doesn't mean they haven't made a really good game here that I'm looking forward to. Part of why I backed Mob Big Apple is it is exclusively a 2-player game, and from our show Table for 2, you've seen that I play a lot of 2-player games. My wife is my primary playing group, with the rest of the Assorted Meeples being my second group that I play with. That was supposed to be in port December 17th, and at the fulfillment center December 31st. I have not heard anything from them yet that changes that. Now, I did see this game at Gen Con, the finished full product, and it was pretty. The gold trim, everything. They did an amazing job on this game. Again, I'm looking forward to it because, well, it's smuggling booze and getting other people caught in the process of smuggling booze during the Prohibition time period in the United States. Super Fantasy Brawl Round 2. This is a game that I backed the original Kickstarter for. I have the big white obnoxious box. It's amazing and wonderful. I want to play this one more. Heather's a little resistant to it because there is quite a bit to learn. Not really once you get to know it, but a lot of keywords, and a lot of different characters, which throws her off a little bit. That is supposed to be in port. It's by Mythic Games. They just put out top quality games. The components, everything is amazing. I have not had issues. A lot of people have problems with their rule books being a little wonky. Super Fantasy Brawl is pretty clear of that. It's a little confusing, but it's more of a lot of keywords. This is supposed to get in port somewhere between January 20th and February first. And then, because it's just, last update, it was just leaving, getting loaded and leaving. So you give it that month to get there. And they were going to give a much clearer in the next updates when they get that information as well. Mythic Games actually gives a lot of really good updates on how things are progressing. I have loved their communication lines. Hidden Leaders by BFF Games. This was a game I did early coverage of with a print and play copy between me and Heather during season 2 of Table for Two. And I'm really excited about this. They are wrapping up production here soon, I do believe. And if everything goes as well as it should get delivered in March. So not quite in harbor, but still being held hostage. I want that game. Mission Catastrophe is not one that I backed on Kickstarter, but I did a late pledge later when I had the money. It is on boats. I love it because it's a cooperative until it's not game. You are trying to keep your doomed ship alive until you can find the stuff needed to get out on the lifeboat. The problem being is the only lifeboat working has room for one person in it. So however many people are playing, only one of you is getting out alive, but you have to work together long enough to keep the ship alive so one of you can get free. It is, as of December 31st, it is on boats on its way to America. So again, not quite to harbor hostage, but almost there. That's by Cardboard Alchemy. I'm also looking forward to Flamecraft, which is in the pre-production phase. They're getting all that stuff squared away and going. Up next is Dodos Riding Dinos. This is one I wanted to back. I got the print and play copy of it. Haven't made it yet. Watched a actual playthrough of it. Played it at Gen Con and went, I want a production copy of this. And then it was up for pre-orders on the Detestable Games website, which is who makes this game, Detestable Games. It's fun. It's basically Mario Kart on your tabletop. It's light, it's accessible, it's great. It should, what was it? It should be in port to unload on December 27th, with the fulfillment center being in the fulfillment center mid-January. So we're looking at possibly unloaded, possibly to the fulfillment center to start being shipped out to us. I am super excited for that one. I will probably still make my own game copies, but of the print and plays, because I love making print and plays. The last game on the list actually was on the list, but now it's not, because right behind the camera I'm staring at is a box from Poland with the game Skyline Express by this Troy Games. I don't know. I'm probably murdering the pronunciation. Again, Poland. My wife is Polish, so of Polish descent. So it's another one I wanted to support. They make fabulous games, and they've just been building steadily since they started with, I think it was A4 Quest. It was a single sheet adventure game. Skyline Express was their first kind of standard size box game that funded on its second go round. So, but they bit the bullet and they sent out everybody's game from Poland, like via light courier. So mine came in through FedEx, and thank you guys. You're amazing and made that process so much faster. Those are the 6/7 games that I'm waiting on. The one was on the list, now it's here, so I'm very excited for that. I got to do an unboxing here very soon. And Those are my 6. Let me know what you guys have tied up in the harbor. I know it's just crazy on the West Coast right now, and they are directing a lot of traffic to the East Coast. And the East Coast is definitely encouraging the ships to come around. So, until next time, guys, have a good one. All right, bye.
If you like what you just saw, please support us by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more great gaming content.